going on, guys? You know, there's been a lot of really cool cars coming out lately, like the Lamborghini Aventador, the Ferrari 458 Italia, the Ferrari Scuderia, gorgeous cars. But a lot of these cars we see all the time, especially on the internet. After a while, some of these cars become kind of like overplayed songs on the radio. You know, they kind of lose, they don't have the same excitement after seeing them so many times. I've been finding that for me, the most exciting cars to see are not necessarily the best looking. Now, if I see a Lamborghini Murcielago driving down the road, of course I'm going to stop to take a look at it. It's a stunning car. But some of the cars that I've seen in the past few years have just blown me away. There's one show in particular where the first thing I saw was a whole row of probably a dozen Lamborghini Countaches. Absolutely spectacular. But as if that wasn't rare enough, I saw a Lamborghini Urraco, Espada, Jalpa, LM002, and even a Lamborghini tractor. I mean, how epic is that? Now, these cars aren't for everyone, but at this show, I didn't spend much time looking at the Murcielagos and the Gallardos. I could see those just about anywhere. But to me, it feels so much more special to see something like a Countach or a Miura than, say, a Murcielago. Sure, the build quality sucked, but just look at them. Now, another car that comes to mind is the Ferrari 512M. This was the last version of the Ferrari Testarossa to come out. Only 500 were made. 500. But now, there were fewer Enzos made. Only 400 Enzos were made. But even though the Enzo is more rare, the 512M feels more rare to me. That's because, you know, the Enzo's all over the internet. You see it all over, you see it all over the internet. But the 512M, you don't. And so when I see a 512M, it feels that much more special to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. You never see these cars on the internet because nobody wanted them. Well, in some cases that might be true. But like I said, the most exciting cars for me are not necessarily the best looking or the most mainstream. Now, there's a lot of other rare and obscure cars that I've seen, like the BMW GINA, which was made out of fabric, the ItalDesign Aztec, the Di Tommaso Mangusta, the Falcon F7, Ford Indigo, Lamborghini Jalpa, too many to name. And I still have plenty left on my bucket list that I want to see. But the point is, one of my priorities with this channel is to make sure that you guys get to see some cars that are very hard to find. I go to great lengths to make sure that that happens, and that's what I want to do for you guys. Now, before I go, there's one more car that I want to mention. It's one of my favorite cars of all time. Only 17 production examples were made. It's one of the wildest looking cars, and nothing screams stealth fighter like the Vector W8 Twin Turbo. Out of all the cars that were exciting to me, this one takes the cake. The owners of this car will tell you that it has some of the best build quality of any car. The car that followed it, which was the Vector M12, was said to be some of the worst build quality. And I think a lot of people assumed that the W8 was the same way. But the Vector W8 just might be my #1 car. Now, I'm not bashing the modern supercars at all. I think they're awesome. In fact, my next video will feature a modern supercar that is extremely popular and very few have seen. So, leave a comment down below, tell me your thoughts on this. And you might not agree with everything that I'm saying, and that's okay. So, this is DT Rockstar 1. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.